We have confirmation that despite the fact that the Tories promised to no longer get close to the CCP, Rishi Sunak's government continued to send money to President Xi's China. Welcome back to the clown world. The whole of the establishment are officially taking us for granted, and they think that we're stupid because the mainstream media are not talking about some of the main important stories that come out on a regular basis. They think that we don't know what's going on. So they said, Dominic Raab said, a while ago, he said, under Boris Johnson's leadership, he said, that we are going to be cutting the foreign aid to China. Initially, they said that we will slash the China funds by 95% to just about £900,000. Firstly, why are we even sending money to one of the richest countries in the world? Why are we sending money to the country that is fighting against us? Why are we sending money to a country and government that they're literally just going to use that money for dodgy dealings? They're not going to help their people. That aside, that 95% cut is not happening. It hasn't happened because we've just discovered that the Tory government and now Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister, they've been sending £51.7 million to the Chinese Communist Party. Now, if you want to guess what this money was for, you're going to find it absolutely hilarious. So, climate change. That's part of the money, by the way. The other part is animal trade, illegal animal trade. I mean, they're all basically interlinked, and I'm going to explain why. And the third reason is human rights. I'm not really sure what that means, sending money for human rights. Okay, so let's actually go point by point. Climate change. Are you seriously telling me that you are sending money to the Chinese Communist Party in Beijing, the same CCP that recently came and said, we are now officially abandoning and delaying our net zero agenda because we don't want to. So we're just going to continue using our energy sources. So we don't care about the rest of you in the world. So no more net zero for now. So you're sending money for that. That's interesting. In considering they're not going to make any effort to get to your net zero targets. Second one, animal trade. Do you really trust the CCP to take that money and shut down the wet markets in Wuhan, for example, or other places? That's also, you live in a cuckoo land. And the third point, human rights. This one makes absolutely no sense. If you give money to the dictatorships to help with human rights, do you think the dictatorships are going to help with human rights? No. Do you think any of that money is going to go to the people? What they're going to use that money for is they're going to use it to expand their camps, their concentration camps that they've been making for their own people. There's absolute chaos right now across China. And there are all these uprisings and protests that people are completely fed up with the system. Yet, the Western globalists continue to send money to these idiots because globalism, we have to work together. We can make China friendly. That was a mistake that Bill Clinton made in 1992 when he started shaking hands with the Chinese leaders thinking, we're going to give them free market capitalism and they're going to be like us. What they did was they copied and pasted the so-called corporatist capitalist model and they played us at our own game. They are rigging the system against us and they continue to win every single day. I always think about every time I finish a video on the CCP, I always have to say that Donald J. Trump was right. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to come back in half an hour. And my Tousi and we are the media.